I'm Scott Stevens, Goldsboro City Manager, here for our January monthly update. I think we picked the coldest day of the year to come out and be in Peacock Park, and we're going to share with you what I believe is the first snowfall in Goldsboro this year, courtesy of our Parks and Recreation Department. And I hope you've seen some images of our employees with some creative ideas and what they've done on a day such as today with a high of 25 to try to generate some snowfall within our park, which hopefully we'll use for a future event in one of our parks, and trying to invite kids in to maybe have a small sledding space on another cold day. So again, we're experimenting, but we're always delighted to have new ideas out of our Parks and Rec staff. A couple things in the community I want to share with you. We've talked about a 311 GIS concept, and again, I would send you to a website, either the city's website, or you can go directly to www.311gis.com, and you can do it from a computer or a smartphone. And what that will allow you to do is either to report and or monitor problems within the city, such as potholes, high grass, drainage complaints, street lights that don't work, stop lights that have issues, or bulbs are out, things that you'd want to report to the city. You can certainly always call us, but you can also do it via a smartphone or a computer. And if you do it on a smartphone or a computer, you will see a result. You'll have an email back from us that will talk about the status of it. You'll know we received the email, you know that it's being looked into, and once it's completed, you'll get a follow-up that says the work's completed. We have partnered with a local firm, GTG, who's over on Parkway Drive here in Goldsboro, and been working with them about a year to develop this program and get it customized for Goldsboro and make sure that it works for us, but we're excited to have it out there. I would caution you, it's not meant for emergency calls. If you have an emergency or a water leak that's a major problem, please call 911, not our 311 GIS, but for other issues related to the city, potholes, things that you would like cleaned up, that's certainly a good place for you to go. Community appearance is always has been a priority for our city council, continues to be a priority for our staff. Our Public Works Department has completed the removal of a portion of the chain link fence or controlled access fence there on US 70 between Williams and Wayne Memorial Drive. City Council at their first meeting in January approved for removal of the remaining sections from Wayne Memorial on eastward, so that work will begin in the coming months, and probably in the next 2 to 4 months, much of that fence will be gone as well, with our goal of being done before mowing season, so that when the grass is mowed on one side of the fence as it currently exists, it'll really be mowed on both and be not a visual barrier with whatever is growing within that fence. So again, I compliment and applaud our Public Works Department for their effort, and again, I hope that you appreciate that work as well. Through November and December, we had several weeks of smoke testing in a number of neighborhoods where residents, we notified them, but they also had smoke, some in their houses, some on top of their houses, some in their yards, some in the street. And I do want to thank everybody for working with us on that. It provided a lot of valuable information. We found a number of connections of where rainwater gets in the storm sewer system that is connected to sanitary, which means we're treating water, rainwater, that we don't need to treat. And so we've identified a number of things that we can do that are easy fixes to reduce some of the water we see at our wastewater treatment plant. So again, I want to thank everybody for that, but it was very successful for us. An outreach program that our police department has been working on for the last several months is called Coffee with a Cop. That is continuing on this year. They began it in late 2013. Their next meeting is January 9th from 7 to 9 at Goldsboro Chapel on Ben Brewington Court. They'll be there again February, and then other dates are coming as we go through the year and are available on our website as well, and I'll share those with you in future updates. Come to Goldsboro Chapel on Ben Brewington Court and just interact with a number of our law enforcement personnel. And again, it's really just an opportunity for us to get to know you, and more importantly, maybe for you to get to know us. So again, we're there for you and just trying to have some of that outreach. We did complete our motto contest and recognized our winners. I do want to thank Savannah Hickman and Julie Harlow. They were the two that were the genius behind the motto that we have developed and have adopted of be more, do more, see more in Goldsboro. I do want to thank all of our participants. Again, we had over 900 submissions. We had a lot of people interested, a good marketing team on our side in the community, and a number of great partners such as the YMCA, our Goldsboro Municipal Golf Course, and the Paramount Theater. But more to come on that, and we really hope it becomes not a city government motto, but a community motto, and something that we all can use to recognize the community in which we live and work. Our staff is working on a school of government, really trying to take those that are interested in local government, put them through probably about an 8-week course where you come in and learn about what our departments do and how to function, with our ultimate hope of making you smarter and more informed about what local government does and how we operate, and also looking for people that would be good board members on our numerous planning boards, recreation advisory commissions, community affairs board, and those kinds of things. So it's a twofold of trying to educate and also interest people in our boards and commissions. You do have to apply by February 28th for this first class, and we're hoping to find 10 to 20 individuals. Begin sometime in early March. Contact Letary Ward or visit our website for more information. Letary's number 919-580-4359. Again, Letary Ward 919-580-4359. But we'd certainly encourage you to be part of that if you have an interest at all in knowing why we do things or how we do things. I think it would be a good course. And again, it does span over multiple months in terms of those classes. We've talked about our Tiger Grant, $10 million in the federal transportation money that was awarded to Goldsboro. We had that award in September. We've learned a lot more about it. The good news is the money is secure and is coming to Goldsboro. There's a lot of work to get to it. We spent, a number of us, several days in Atlanta in early December. We'll have more conversations with the federal folks administering the grant for us. We do hope to bid the project in the February-March timeframe and go to construction early this spring on both the Center Street Streetscape project and the bus transfer center. So again, that will come in the springtime, and you'll hear more from me on that, but that is moving forward. Just a lot of, I guess, dotting the I's and crossing the T's behind the scenes to get those projects on track. Our City Council traditionally holds a retreat on an annual basis. We have done that in February of many years. This February 19th and 20th are our tentative dates. We'll discuss our topics in coming months, but again, that is coming fairly soon for us, and so you'll hear more about that in the news in the February timeframe. Behind the scenes as well, we're working on the city budget. Departments are and preparing for our 2014-2015 year. Again, that begins July 1st, 2014 for us and runs to June 30th, 2015. Departments are working on that, and we'll present our annual budget to the council in May for their review and changes, and then with the ultimate adoption of that in June of 2014. And one of the things we've talked about the last several months is our recreation bond. $18.9 million is what we've talked about. The City Council has taken the first of several steps to move that project or that bond referendum forward. It would put that to a vote to the citizens so that you have an opportunity as the taxpayers in the community to decide, are these projects worthy of doing today or in the next 5 years versus spanning over a next 20-year time frame. We have talked about building a new W.A. Foster. We've talked about a multi-sports complex for field sports. We've talked about renovations to the Herman Park Center, and then we've talked about additional greenway monies. And again, $18.9 million. We've talked about up to a 2.4 cent tax increase or property tax increase, which on a $100,000 home would be $2 a month. So again, it is a property or potential property tax increase of 2.4 cents, but that would turn into $2 a month on a $100,000 home. So there's a public hearing set for February 3rd at 7 o'clock at our City Council meeting. Again, February 3rd, 7 o'clock at our City Council meeting. We really want to hear from the community in terms of support for it or support against it. I think both sides matter, and we certainly have heard some in passing on both sides, but the public hearing is your opportunity to formally make those comments. The final decision to put the bond referendum on the May ballot would be made by our council in February, late February, and so after that time and the decision is made, you would hear a lot more from us, the city staff, on project-specific information and what we're really talking about doing at each of those facilities before the vote in May 6th. So again, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to call. My number is 919-580-4330. We're here to serve. We enjoy what we do. Please call us if we can help.